Ho ho ho, it's Ficsmas time in Satisfactory. It is snowing, even if, the weather doesn't seem too bad. I mean, there seems to be some sun, but it could be very cold indeed, you don't know. We've already done a first episode of Ficsmas this year. I did it live, so you may have missed it. It's in the live tab on my channel, where I just showed you the basics and, we started creating this tree over here. This is really the start of Ficsmas over here, the giant Ficsmas tree. We also built a couple of Ficsmas candy cane. These are these ones over here, thanks to a couple of first production. But on day one, you're pretty limited with what you can do. You can definitely get some gifts. And by the way, if you've played Ficsmas in previous years, you may have realized that the gifts have changed. They are smaller, way smaller, and they're also different colors. But the cool thing I really like is that they have those glitter in the sky, so they're very easy to find. Ada is not happy, as always. Need that. But as I said, on the first day, usually you're limited because of the calendar, right? You can only open, on the first day, you can only open day one of the advent calendar. On day two, you open, the second. Now, I'm recording this on day 4. Now, to recap, Ficsmas is completely optional. You don't have to do it to finish the story if you don't want to. And by the way, if you're just tuning in into my channel, this is the base, one of the base we're using in our current Let's Play for version 1, where we are on episode 21. But yeah, we have over here the advent calendar, right? And it is really critical to do it on day 4, or at least to wait a bit on day 4, because the next part of the tree requires over here this Ficsmas data cartridge, which is unlocked on day 4. Now, I do want to mention that there is a way to unlock the whole thing right away, and it is basically you change, the setting on your computer, you change the date to the 26th, and then you can unlock it all. We're not gonna do this. That is a cheat. I don't like to do that. But yeah, we've done the first few, right? We've unlocked with the day 1 cartridge. We've unlocked the Ficsmas tree there. We've unlocked also the candy cane, basher, and candy cane. And lastly, the Ficsmas bow and Ficsmas candy cane. But critical is indeed to do this one. Now, you don't have to do it on day 4. You can do it, on day 5 or even in January. The event will run until January 18th, so you do have a few more days. We have already opened number 1 in the first episode. I did open number 2 and number 3, which basically gave me nothing. Number 2 gave me over here this Fix-It coupon, 5 coupons. I have tons on them, so it wasn't critical. Number 3 did give me something unique. I'll show you in a second, but before, let's open number 4. And number 4 is over here, I can see it, but if you're really stuck, just go at the bottom here, press 4, right, get a hint, and they're gonna show you where it is. But yeah, I'm just taking it now.
This data cartridge enables the second pair of Ficsmas map-tree branches to be unlocked. Fix-It thought it was being very clever with the layout of this research tree. About as clever as you.
I thought I was not clever. You keep telling me that, Ada. So before we use this cartridge, we're inside a hub there. In the character customization, right, you can now use this trinket, the red ornament trinket, instead of, usually I was using this one. This is what you can see over there. It's pretty small. But yeah, you can move it to this small red ball. This was the day 3, gift. But now that we have day 4 again, let's move to this one here. Oh, we do need some candy and some bows. So we're gonna go back, to the factory. And you may also realize already from here that the factory looks a bit different. There is some colors, there's some walls, trees, etc. So yeah, I'll show you the first decoration we've started to do on that one. So here it is. This is just the beginning of Ficsmas. I'm not saying this is exceptionally beautiful, but we've started, to have a bit more of decorations and whatnot. And in particular, I'm using the red and white theme of Christmas. We have, entrances on each side. We have some nice, walls and whatnot. We have a couple of signs, like we know this is where we need to input the gifts. This is the entrance. You input the gifts and then they go inside. We have the outputs over here, right? The trees, the cane, and the bows. So we do need a couple of these, right? For the mission. And then, yeah, the colors you can see, white and red, and even on the floor, white and red, each of the floors. We've also started, to put some of these bridges so I can go around and see what's happening. As a recap, again, if you missed the first episode, we have here all of the gifts that are coming, and then they're going to be split into different blueprints. The first one here is to make, the trees. The second is to make the cane, and then at the level above, because we have some gifts going above, we are making the next one, which are the bows. Right, so that's pretty much it. Again, this is not the most beautiful or exceptional factory, but I think it has definitely a Christmas feel to it. So do tell me in the comments below what you think about that one. But more importantly, right, let's go back there and do a research. You can have as many of those MAMs, as you want, so that's why I put 1, 2. Anytime we need to do some research. So in this case, we're gonna unlock the red Ficsmas ornament and the blue Ficsmas ornament, and obviously maybe also some next branches. Here it is. What are you gonna say, Da?
The red and blue Ficsmas ornaments are produced from gifts, unsurprisingly, but this time in the smelter.
Ah, not
Now
the
I hope you
constructor.
listen to that, because I will not repeat it no matter how confusing this all is.
Thank
Blame
you.
the original Fix-It Fun engineers. Most of them ended up in jail for various reasons. But do not worry, the event has since been vetted by the second generation of Fix-It Fun engineers, who were only sued.
Instead of going to jail, they were sued. So, if we want the giant Ficsmas tree upgrade, we're gonna need to make 200 of those balls of each colors. We're also gonna need to wait day 8. So you can already probably put it in your calendar. This is when the next episode will come out. But we can start, right? And we may be able also to do this one over here, right? We can do friend, where we're gonna have the Ficsmas snowman and actual snow. Okay. And we can also do a gift tree. It will require us to make some of those balls, so it's gonna take a second. While we can already do that one, so let's research it and build it.
You can now make actual snow from gifts. And by actual snow, I mean it is constructed from chemical elements. With this actual snow, you can now make Ficsmas snowmen, which are proven to improve pioneer socialization and combat loneliness. Having too many snowmen, however, has proven to be detrimental to a pioneer's health.
Why? Was it too cold? So yeah, we can now build some snowmans. It will require a couple of those balls as well as some snow. Now you can see the snow is in the constructor, alright, while as they said, the 2 balls are gonna be in the smelter. Now it's gonna be time to expand a bit our factory over here, right, to make those things. Where are we going to expand? That is a good question. Let me just get all of this first. We will be able to automate later on the production of these gifts, but for now you do need to run around. They tend to appear close to where you are, not on the other side of the map, so that helps, but still. Okay, so we know that the gifts, we're inputting them from this side, and then we want them to go over there. We are going up, and in the back we could also continue, to be honest. But there's not that much space, right? And in particular, there is a mountain here, so that's why I haven't really been working on this side. But we could continue to expand up, right? So if I look over here, we could expand up potentially here, or we could also expand up on this side, right? Start not having a square, but something a bit more interesting than a square. So let me start building this, and I'll see you in a few minutes. And here it is, the factory has been expanded. So if you look over here, we don't have 3 outputs, we have 6 outputs now. Still the same, you put the gift when you get them over here. But now, as you can see, we have the balls, red and blue, and we also have the snow. So let's go into the factory, small expansion over here, and you can see that those 3 new resources are coming from up top. Alright, so let's go up top and see what's happening there. So if we want to follow the gift, right, they come over here, they go all the way up, they go through this. This was already there, right, making our bows. But now the gifts are gonna continue on this side. They're gonna go this side to a couple of factories here, and they will also go high, right, another level or layer. So let's go there and see what's happening. We have over here the entrance of the gifts, right? The gifts are going to come over here, and they go into the typical blueprint of 6 constructors, this time making the snow. Now it is 25 per minute for 1 snow, but it's making 10 then. So we're talking about 60 in total, so that's not bad if you had tons of gifts. Now, if we want to go back down, right, you can see down, this is the other factory that now has been added, right, on the side over here. Let's actually jump there. So you can see, right, we were over here. We have the new factory floor on top here, and we also have this extension on this side. This extension on this side, this is where instead of having constructors, we have smelter. So again, this is one of my blueprints, right, that we've been using in the normal Let's Play, and I just changed the recipe so that now we're taking the gift, making red ornaments over here, and then for this one we're making the blue ones. All right, so we have the red and the blue, they go over here into those two belts, all right, and they go out here. So yeah, and then it goes down over there, and we've continued with the theme of red and white, right? Red and white. We have some pillar beams over here because this is again an extension of the factory, all right. Oh, I didn't color these ones, sorry. My bad. Let's color all of these. Up. So yeah, that's the factory extension. Oh, there's also a couple there that weren't painted. Sorry, my bad. My bad. This is one of the many entrances of the factory, right? We have definitely created quite a few to make sure you can enter wherever you want. Oops. I painted one wall in white. That's fine, let's leave it, and let's just take a couple of these. 200 and oh, I only have 50 blue. Okay, blue. The blue ones are at the end, right? This is basically a manifold, and they're right at the end. So I guess that's why they are having a bit of problem making some blue ones. So how many do we need for this next challenge? This is actually 50. Perfect, exactly what we have, and we just need a bit of tree too. The tree is the first one there, so that's easy. Up, actually 50 is enough, right? Let's take it and unlock something new. We can unlock the Ficsmas gift tree. So let's research it because that's a very important one. Let me show you in a second, after Ada tells us she's not happy with us.
You can now finally automate gift production with the Ficsmas gift tree and focus your attention back on tasks of actual importance, like not questioning where the gifts are coming from and improving your infrastructure.
She really doesn't like Ficsmas, huh? So we have the Ficsmas gift tree over here, which will require quite a bit of those production we've mentioned, but it will start creating some gifts per minute, right? So it is really a critical one. Let me gather a bit of this and build it together. So it is, I've gathered enough red and blue balls as well as a bit of trees and gifts, and we're gonna be able to plant or to build this Ficsmas gift tree. Not just once, we can build multiple of them. So just putting them next to each other like this for now. Let's go 3. Okay, that's a start. That's a start, and then I need a merger. So let's go over here. It needs to be aligned to this guy here. That line, yes. And then we'll put another one here. There. And we just create a belt that comes out of this tree, and look at this. It is gifts coming out of the tree. Isn't that magnificent? So that way the production is basically fully automated. Look at this. The trees are going into the input and then they're gonna go into my factory, right? Love it. Love it. So this one right over here, this is 15 per minute, right? So full 2 is 30, 3 45. If we want to put one more, we're gonna be at 60, right? Which is exactly belt mark 1, but I can then put even more and even more. So there's a bit of a, you know, exponential growth there where I can just put more and more until you know, this gets completely full. So we're gonna want to do this, but first we also did unlock the Ficsmas snowman, right? So let's see this one in action. Let's rotate it towards me, please. Why does it not want to be rotated to me? Here it is. So hello, snowman. Look at this on top. His nose is like a screwdriver, maybe from lttstore.com. I'm kidding, but yeah, here it is. This is the snowman. So this one really important because now with this magnificent factory we created, right, We have all 6 of these that are fully automated. And now that we have the gift coming, you know, forever, we know that we're gonna be able to get this full. Unfortunately, again, this is the last thing we can do for today, because we are gonna need, I mean, of course, those balls over here, those Ficsmas ornaments, but we're also gonna need this Ficsmas data cartridge on day 8. So I need to do a couple of days before the next one. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions, thoughts, or requests for our next one. And yeah, as I said, I'm going, you know, to expand a bit this forest over here so that we produce more. And we may have to move this one a bit on the side. And I'll see you for the next episode.